Figaro's Great Big Sunday Scare. Hello, I'm Figaro. I am a gray-brown tabby cat, and I have a very important job. Every Sunday morning, my job is to be the world's loudest alarm clock. I started with Fatima. She is 25, nonverbal, and uses a cool wheelchair to get around. I hopped onto her bed and gave her a giant meow to let her know the sun was up. She smiled and reached out to give my ears a scratch. Fatima was awake, but the rest of the house was still too quiet. I trotted into the hallway and let out a series of high-pitched chirps. Gulson and Levent, my favorite tall humans, were still tucked under their blankets. I didn't want them to miss a second of Sunday. I jumped onto the foot of their bed and began my waking-up dance, which involves a lot of spinning and purring. Gulson finally peeked out from the covers and laughed. Eventually, everyone was up. Fatima was in her wheelchair, and Gulson was busy in the kitchen making breakfast. I could smell the eggs, but I had other things on my mind. I sat by the glass door and stared at Levent with my most pathetic, "Please, sir" eyes. Levent chuckled and opened the door. "Okay, Figaro," he said. "Go enjoy the deck, but stay where I can see you." The deck is my kingdom. It has white railings, a black mesh fence to keep me safe, and a very fancy pink flower pot with little gnomes living in it. Usually, I just lie in the sun and watch the birds. But today, the air smelled like adventure. I felt uncharacteristically brave. I looked at the railing and thought, I bet I can see the whole world from over there. My tail twitched. My whiskers tingled. Before I could talk myself out of it, I did a giant whoosh. I jumped right over the railing. My paws hit the soft grass below. I wasn't on the deck anymore. I was in the great beyond. I looked back up at the house, feeling like a mighty tiger. I decided to go for a stroll to see where all the cars go. The great beyond was a lot noisier than my living room. I trotted across a big black road. Suddenly, a giant metal monster with wheels zoomed past. Vroom! Then I saw a dog. He was very large and had a very loud woof. My fur stood straight up. This adventure was starting to feel a little too adventurous. I ran as fast as my 4 legs could carry me toward the park. I found a big tree with very thick green leaves at the bottom. I dived into the bushes and squeezed myself into a tiny ball. I stayed very, very still. The leaves tickled my nose, but I didn't sneeze. I missed Fatima's scratches. I missed my food bowl. I was a very scared tiger, and I just wanted to go home. I closed my eyes and hoped my family would find me. Back at the house, things were not happy. Gulson looked at the empty deck and felt her heart sink. Levent. Fatima. Figaro is gone, she cried. Fatima pointed urgently toward the door, but then Gulson remembered something. She pulled out her phone. Wait, he's wearing his AirTag. She looked at the screen and saw a little blue dot moving toward the park. I found him. I heard a familiar voice calling my name. Figaro? Figaro, where are you, buddy? It was Levent. I let out the biggest, saddest meow I could muster. Levent reached into the bushes and scooped me up. I didn't even mind being carried like a baby. I leaned my head against his chest and purred so hard my whole body vibrated. I was safe. When we got home, Fatima was waiting by the door. She gave me a long hug, and Gulson gave me a double portion of my favorite tuna dinner. After my belly was full, I climbed onto the big gray couch. I was so tired from my big adventure that I fell asleep on my back with my paws in the air. I think I'll stay a house cat for a very long time.